Well, New Breed of Youth is an organization who we have highlighted a lot here on Good Morning Indiana and at WRTV. Kareem Hines, the founder of New Boy, is here. Kareem, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me.
You always do so many awesome events to try to get into the minds and of these next generation of young men who oftentimes, you talk about inner city kids who oftentimes don't have a good role model in their life, but you guys are coming in, you're making a big difference and a big impact. And this weekend there's a big event. Let's talk about it.
Yes, we're trying to stand in the gap for our young people and their families. So this weekend we have our championship games of the 2K25 Playing for Peace Youth Basketball League. The league has been going on for the last 5 weeks. It has now come to a climax, culmination of our 6th week. We have our championship games this Saturday. We have about 124 kids in the league, anywhere from ages 9 all the way up to 17, so 3 different divisions. They have the playoffs, and then they play the championship games. One of the highlights of our league, though, because we're not a basketball factory, I would never claim to be a basketball factory, we are a mentoring program, we use sports to teach life skills. We use sports to teach emotional regulation and social emotional awareness, conflict resolution. And one of the focuses of this league was our MVPs. So we have 2 MVPs in each of our leagues. So we're giving out 2 6-feet trophies. And when we introduce that to the players, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna score as many points as I can and grab as many rebounds. It's not the most valuable player, it's the most valuable person. So throughout the league, there's a highlight on teamwork, leadership, sportsmanship, how you interact with the coaches, how you interact with the referees. So we're truly excited to give out those 2 MVP trophies in each league for the most valuable person, because we're trying to build character through sports.
And that's what it is. It's building character. It's making a difference in these young men's lives.
Yes.
It's called Playing for Peace for a reason. Obviously, sadly, our youth has been plagued by so much violence, so many things that we've seen. We were just talking about some of the headlines in the most recent weeks about just the bad things that oftentimes have surrounded our youth. Why is it so important to stress those conversations, to talk about how to have conflict resolution, to talk about teamwork, to talk about sometimes these conversations that can be tough to kind of get through the minds of the next generation?
I think it's hugely important because a lot of our young people don't have a balance. They hear about the crime, the violence, the dysfunction on social media. Some of them, unfortunately, have it in their homes. So when we have a basketball league or a martial arts program or a boxing program, we just use that as a carrot. We just use that as the connection before we can start the correction and the reframing in their mind what their future should look like, what their relationship with their mom or their dad should look like, what their academic goals should be. And unfortunately, they don't have those conversations because they don't have a lot of connection and trust and safe spaces with people. We try to create those safe spaces through the basketball league. So that's what the basketball league allowed us to do. We're not trying to create college athletes. We're not trying to create the next high school star. We are trying to create and cultivate the next generation of future leaders.
Sometimes it takes something like a basketball game to really get it through the minds of these kids, right?
Yes.
We talk about how you move the needle, how you actually get to the root causes of some of these problems that we're seeing our youth face.
Yes.
How difficult or how challenging is it for you, somebody who is in these kids' hearts, in these kids' minds, trying to make progress, trying to change the trajectory of many of these kids' lives? How difficult is that job, or what are the conversations that you think need to be had now to actually make a real change in the future of all these kids' lives?
It's a great question. It's a huge challenge, but you got to be welcome, to the challenge. You have to want the challenge. And I think when we work with young people, sometimes we forget they go home to a family. So what we try to do within our program, the Inner Beauty and New Boy Mentoring Programs, is whatever program activity we have, we invite the family. So our basketball league is not just basketball games. We have free concessions. We have a DJ. We have photo opportunities. We invite the whole family to come out. So we're not only having that conversation with the kids, we're having it with the moms, the grandmoms. We're really stressing to them that this is not a quote-unquote basketball league. This is a family. We're using basketball to help develop the character of your young man. So those conversations start on the basketball court. They are cultivated in the eating area, and hopefully the kids stay connected to the New Boy Mentoring Program beyond basketball, so we can continue to have those conversations after we build some trust and rapport with the family.
It's all about mentoring and adding in things like sports and conversations and vision board events and things like that. Lots of stuff planned for you guys. Final details on that basketball event in case anybody wants to come and check it out.
Yes, it's at 6701 Oak Landing Road. Games start at 10 a.m. We'll be going to 5 p.m. Family, fun, friendly atmosphere, definitely some competition, but we are definitely looking forward to rewarding our MVPs, our most valuable persons of that league. Excited
for that, excited for you guys. If you guys want to learn more about New Boy or about the Inner Beauty program, you can check out their websites. We'll have the details for you at WRTV.com. Kareem, thank you so much for talking with us. We appreciate the work that you guys do, especially with our youth.
Always.
We really do.